seen them a million times on your boarding passes, on your luggage tags, but have you ever stopped to think about what they really are? What if I told you those simple three-letter codes are the public face of a massive, hidden, global system that dictates pretty much everything about how we fly?
Yeah, I know. It sounds like a simple question, right? But the answer, wow, it opens up this whole world of history, finance, and power. Because these aren't just random letters. No, they're a language.
I mean, you see a code like this one, JFK, and boom, you instantly know where you're headed. New York's John F. Kennedy International. Or this one, LHR, London Heathrow, right? One of the busiest airports on the entire planet. And of course, CDG, Charles de Gaulle in Paris. See? It's like this universal shorthand that connects all of us, travelers, airlines, cities, all across the globe. Okay, so what are these codes that we all know and use? Well, they're basically the first layer of a much, much deeper story. And they're designed specifically for you, the passenger. The official name, if you want to get technical, is an IATA location identifier. This is the public-facing system. It's used for everything, booking your ticket, printing out that baggage tag. The whole point is to keep it simple and easy to recognize.
And what's super cool is that a lot of these codes have these amazing stories behind them. Take Orlando's MCO. Why MCO? Well, it's not because of Orlando. It's because it used to be McCoy Air Force Base. That code is literally a piece of history.
But here's where it gets really interesting. That code on your ticket? Yeah, that's not the one your pilot is using to plan the flight. No way. There's a whole second, much more technical language that's spoken only by the people actually flying the planes. And this chart right here lays it out perfectly. On our side, the passenger side, you've got that simple three-letter IATA code, like JFK. But for the pros, pilots, air traffic controllers, they're using a 4-character ICAO code, like KJFK. Now, that extra K isn't just for show. It tells them the airport is in the mainland United States. Their system is all about operational precision, not making it catchy for us. So, wait a minute. If passengers use one set of codes and pilots use a completely different one, who's in charge of all this? Who decides? Well, that brings us to the real power player behind the curtain, the International Air Transport Association, or IATA for short. So, this is it, the International Air Transport Association. And you gotta understand, this isn't a government agency. It's a trade association for the world's airlines. And its influence is, well, it's absolutely massive. Now, right from the get-go, IATA was, let's say, controversial, because it brought all the airlines together in one room. It got described as a cartel, and for a good reason. It was a place where carriers could, and absolutely did, fix international ticket prices for decades. Its history actually goes all the way back to 1919, but the IATA we're talking about today was officially born in Havana, Cuba back in 1945. And almost immediately, they started setting a single, uniform fare structure for flights all over the world. From there, it just grew and grew into this dominant force that now represents the vast majority of all air traffic. And you can't just join. It's not that simple. Airlines have to pass this incredibly tough safety audit, prove they're financially stable, and of course, pay their annual dues. Safety is really the bedrock of the whole thing, and that gives the organization a ton of authority. But, you know, creating codes and setting safety standards, that's just one part of the job. IATA's most critical and honestly most surprising role is all about the money. So today, IATA represents 367 airlines. Just think about that for a second. That's hundreds of companies operating in dozens of countries, all using different currencies. It's a logistical nightmare waiting to happen. So how does it all work? How does the money you pay a travel agent in Tokyo get to an American airline for a flight you took to Brazil? Or how did different airlines pay each other for things like baggage handling or catering? How does that even happen? And this, right here, is the key. IATA acts as the financial nervous system for the entire global industry. So for example, when you buy a ticket from a travel agent, that money flows through IATA's billing and settlement plan, the BSP, which makes sure the airline gets paid. And when airlines owe each other money for services, they use the IATA Clearinghouse, or ICH. It's this huge hidden financial engine that makes sure billions of dollars get to the right place every single day. Okay, so when you have that kind of financial power, you don't just manage the system, you start to actively shape it. IATA has become one of the most powerful lobbying forces in the world, influencing governments on behalf of all its member airlines. And this power has real, tangible results for you and me. Check this out.
After IATA pushed for lower tourism taxes in Ecuador, the cost of a one-way ticket from Quito to Bogota dropped by almost $50. That's a direct impact on your wallet, and it's driven entirely by industry lobbying.
IATA also jumps into action during a crisis. So, when 2 Colombian airlines went out of business, the government started proposing new rules. IATA argued these rules would hurt the whole industry's business model, so they pushed back hard to protect the financial interests of their remaining members. And they're always looking ahead to the future. IATA is proposing some major changes to flight paths over the Atlantic to save fuel. They're also helping countries like Brazil modernize their air cargo systems. They're constantly tinkering, trying to make this global machine run even more efficiently.
Which brings us all the way back to where we started. That simple 3-letter code on your luggage tag, JFK, LHR, CDG, it's so much more than just a destination. It's your ticket into a century-old system of rules, a mind-bogglingly complex financial network, and a powerful political force that literally shapes how we all travel the world.
So this really leaves us with one big question to chew on. In today's world of deregulation and fierce competition, is a single, powerful organization like IATA still essential to keep the world flying? Or is it a relic, a holdover from a time when the skies were ruled by just a small club of players? Well, that's a debate that's still happening every single day.